This week's verse song comes from Philippians chapter 1, verses 28b to 30. We'll be using the tune of "The Foolish Man Built His House Upon Sand." Enjoy! This is a sign to them that they will be destroyed, but that you will be saved, and that by God, for it has been granted to you on behalf of Christ, not only to believe in Him, but also to suffer for Him. For you are going through the same struggle you saw I had, and now here that I still have. In this week's verse, Paul says this is a sign. What sign is he talking about? Well, that goes back to last week, where he ended by saying, without being frightened in any way by those who oppose you. The sign to them is that when Christians are not afraid in the face of danger, that is a sign that they're the ones who are going to be helped and saved by God. Paul wants the people of Philippi to remember that part of the Christian experience is to suffer for Jesus. Jesus suffered, so the good news is we actually get to join with Him in His suffering, and we get to become like Him by suffering for His name. Doesn't sound fun to suffer? Well, God says that He will help us, and the Spirit of the Lord will guide us and protect us, even when we are opposed by our enemies. See you next time. Hey, look at that! It looks like we are finished with all of chapter 1 of Philippians. Now, it's time to quickly review some of the things that we've learned so far in Philippians chapter 1. Paul's main point is that he is joyful and thankful for the people in the church at Philippi. And he's joyful for anyone in any church who's doing the right thing, following God's commandments, and helping to spread the gospel. Paul also knows that even though he is in jail, he may feel uncomfortable and he may not be in the best of situations, but he knows that in his situation, he is still spreading the gospel, and the people around him see him having courage and still being able to encourage others, and that is a good example to them of how to live a Christian life and how to continue to spread the gospel in any situation. Let's try to be like the people of Philippi and be filled with joy, just like Paul, as we remember others in the church, and to always be courageous no matter our situation and spread the gospel as much as we can. See you in chapter 2.